Non-vegetarian. Yeah, Armugam is there. Armugam, you are a non-vegetarian?
Yes, sir. Pure non-vegetarian.
Yeah, I am impure non-vegetarian. All right. What you see is an omelette.
Yes.
It's a plain omelette without any salt and pepper. Can you heat it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can eat it, but it may not taste. Now I am adding a little bit of salt followed by pepper. So now it has to taste. You begin to taste it.
Yeah. If with salt and pepper, I can have 10. Without salt and pepper, I can have 5.
5. Now let us see. I am adding one more, which is onion pieces, followed by tomato pieces.
Yeah. I can have more, sir.
And followed by coriander pieces.
Wow.
Then it becomes such an attractive, to look at attractive, and even mouth waters when we see this omelette. So how these different ingredients, one after another, makes the omelette so palatable, so tasty that we say in speeches once more, in the case of omelets, we may eat more number of omelets, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, that way. So how these ingredients contribute to the overall taste of the omelette. So voice is the link that makes our expression, whether it is a speech, whether it is a interactive dialogue or a presentation, slide presentation. So makes it interesting. So it has its own ingredients. Like we saw different ingredients in omelette. We can also project or talk about the important ingredients in the vocal variety, which we call vocal variety or voice modulation. The moment we are able to inject these ingredients into our expression or speeches or presentations, then there is a fast, rapid shift from monotone to melody. Obviously, a monotone, how long I can know the same tone I can listen to. Then it becomes boredom. Monotony, we say boredom. But if it is a force, in Toastmasters is called captive listening, you cannot go out. So there will be a disconnect from the speaker to the audience. Probably you will take a book or you will take a mobile or you will start thinking something else. So that means our purpose is defeated. I have nice ideas I want to convey to the audience and try to get some action from them. I want to convince them and have a call for action and make them act. So if the supportive ingredients are absent, then it becomes like a plain omelette. Then people may not be ready to eat. So the moment we inject these vital ingredients, then there is a shift from melody. Then it becomes a beautiful music, so sweet to the ears that people are able to listen. And not hear. Mark my word, it is listen. Listening is vital to comprehension. Unless message is comprehended, then whatever I expect to offer to my audience or listeners, that will get defeated. So if I broadly split into, which is not something new, which is well established, vocal variety can be determined by 4 factors: the volume of speech, the pitch I use, the rate of speech, and the quality. So these 4 ingredients determine the vocal variety in any expression. So what do they? Let me expand for your understanding. So volume is to control the loudness, like in radio those days. There is a circular button. We used to turn it left or turn it right. So the softness and loudness is established or controlled by the volume factor. The variation of voice levels helps sustain the audience's attention. So here and there, when I am able to alter my volume, so I'm able to get my audience's attention, wherein I bring in low pitch, high pitch, okay, that kind of ingredients get the undivided attention of the listeners or audience. Pitch conveys the briskness of voice. High pitch conveys enthusiasm and exhilaration. Low pitch conveys low spirit and grief. That means if I want to talk about anything grievous, sadness, sorrow, or that not that joyous, then we use low pitch. High pitch is a little shrill sound, a little screeching sound. So that brings out, in fact, sometimes it pierces into our eyes, the high pitch. Low pitch is a little kind of a rumbling, low, deep voice, something when I want to convey some secret. So I cannot use high pitch where I use low pitch. This is how the pitch is used, whether high quantity or low quantity in speeches. It is an unwritten rule in script making or in speech process to have 120 to 140 words for a minute. If the words are big enough, longer words, longer sentences, then 120 could be the ideal one. If the words are small, then 140 words can be accommodated. So when I use this combination for a minute, then I'm able to be listener friendly. Like reader friendly, we say listener friendly. If it goes down below 120, what happens? The speech robs the audience's interest. It may be boring. Now, sometimes when some people speak a little slowly, the rate of speech, then we will have a feeling when this fellow will end the speech. So it may cause a boredom. More than 140, audience cannot track, audience cannot follow. Suppose if I'm taking notes, if it is more than 150, I may lose a few words. Or even audience while listening also, they may not be able to few words. Then in that case, the objective is defeated. Therefore, we have a nice formula, not only in Toastmasters and non-Toastmasters forum, people who are aware of it, they will say, normally I have 130 words in my speech and I will multiply it the number of minutes what I want. If it is a 7.5 minute speech in a Toastmasters context, I will divide it by 7 or 6 point something, some decimal, so that I am able to comfortably complete my speech within the time. At the same time, in case, sometimes when we say something nicely, the audience claps. When the audience claps, that takes few seconds. So we have to accommodate all those things. Therefore, if we complete it within 7 minutes, that 30 seconds can be a bonus to us, which can be used for other incidental happenings, incidental requirements. Then finally, we have the quality of the speech or the voice. It is found in assertiveness. Anybody? What is assertiveness?
Telling it firmly.
Firmly plus politely. Firmly with firmness plus politeness, or firmness plus respect. With self-assurance. You are very assured. That can bring, because you have another two cousins of assertiveness. They are called aggressiveness and passiveness. Aggressiveness is firmness plus rudeness. Passiveness is absence of firmness. And the quality can be found in confidence, our expressiveness. Can you have the discipline of muting? Is the noise intervention avoidable? Please make sure. Expressiveness and friendliness and naturalness. Because we speak normally, British accent, but now that the American accent also steps in. So they say best is the neutral accent. So let it be very natural. Then pleasantness. All these factors determine the quality of our voice. So basic factors: volume, pitch, rate, and quality. How do you pronounce this word? P-A-U-S-E. Anybody?
Pause.
Okay. Something like P-A-S-S, but the correct pronunciation, pose. P-O-S-E. pose. The S becomes Z sound, pose. It is also a part of vocal variety. It is not away from vocal variety, part of vocal variety. It is called well-timed silence. In fact, if you happen to see the religious preachers, particularly the Christian preachers, on a big dais, on a big platform, they preach even for 2 hours, 3 hours. They use poses which call pregnant poses. In fact, you can easily measure a 25-30 seconds gap from the sentence which I ended and the sentence I am going to begin again. That means they are giving something so strong that they use this well-timed silence to drive home the message, to reinforce the message, to recall, reflect. There is a kind of a mental rumination. Rumination is, the word rumination is, if you see the cattle, how they eat, they will have their that feed and store it in a pouch, go and sit down and keep munching. That is called rumination, which is a oral rumination. But ideas, when we do it in mind, it is called mental rumination. This is golden. Such poses are golden in our speeches. Okay, how does it benefit us? Pauses. They emphasize or emphasis on main ideas and breathe to inhale, then punctuate, then attract, distraction. It is opposite, attract, distraction. So what is this emphasis? See, normally we have, after the opening and conclusion, we pack a lot of ideas in between. So when I am talking about one idea and I want to move to another important idea, I leave a small gap for the listeners or audience to enjoy, to reinforce or get the message reinforced. That small silence makes a difference. And in case some people, when they have that, after speaking, say 10 minutes or so, they may have some sort of, not exactly breathing problem, something that the voice may go down. That time, that small gap can be used for a good inhaling. And punctuate. Normally, we use punctuations like comma, full stop, and all that. So similarly, I have ended a statement, I have ended a sentence, or I have ended an idea. I am going to open up a new idea. So that space, that full stop, after that, we start a sentence. So that is what punctuation helps in writing. So it's an invisible punctuation. These poses are invisible punctuations in oral speeches. And in case, for example, in physical, here I said when the intervention, noise intervention came, I alerted. Whereas in physical meetings, when I speak, when there is a disturbance in the class, I will stop speaking. The moment I start speaking, people can understand, or somebody in the front will look back who is disturbing. So I can immediately bring back the attention, the audience's attention from that. So a pose can also be used for this aspect also, that is attracting the distraction or removing the distraction. So this we have seen. Right, how can I do it? Is there any mechanism available for it? Yes, there is a mechanism to learn the art of bringing in voice modulation. English is a syllabified word. How many of you understand the term syllabified? Or how many of you can define what is syllabification? Anybody? All right. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It is called syllable stress. The word stress, nothing to do with our normal stress, which we talk about, mental stress, physical stress, or getting upsetting. It is called emphasis. They don't say syllable emphasis in English language, in grammatical point of view. It is called syllable stress. That means the words in English can be syllabified, which means that can be broken into components, smaller components. I have some examples that can help you understand easily. On the left, the yellow color, admire, admit, abrupt. In your understanding, how many syllables can there be in these three words? Two syllables, okay? AD hyphen MIRE. Normally, in an unwritten rule or what goes on in a spoken language, if the word has two syllables, the first syllable takes the stress, takes the emphasis. Admire. So I'm giving emphasis on AD, add. Same way, admit, abrupt. Then the following one, the A letters, allegiance, assignment, ambitious. They are three syllable words. If it is three syllable, more often the central syllable takes the stress. Assignment, ambitious. Then biology, blundering, boomerang, or more than three syllables. In that case, the third syllable or second syllable takes the, for example, boomerang, the third syllable, A, E, that takes the stress. And similarly, confidential, calligraphy, confrontation, a four-syllable word, again, the third syllable takes the emphasis. But you may ask me, how do I know that, words are so many? How do I know? Normally, if it is a smaller word, okay, two syllable. If it is more than two syllable, it is three syllables, central syllable takes. But if it is more than three or four syllable word, how do I know? Or five syllable word, how do I know? So for which I have my first wife. Okay, before that, show it. Stress is the rhythm of language. Mark my word, stress is the rhythm, RHYTHM of language. I think I have an example also for this. I think this will help you appreciate what I talked about, the second, third, fourth. Lexicology. Lexicology means dictionary. Another word for dictionary is lexicology. That is why Samuel Johnson is called lexicographer. Lexicon is equal to dictionary. So lexicology is study of dictionary. If you make a note of the word, there are, the shapes indicate the number of syllables. The shape indicates number of syllables. So in this word, the first syllable takes the stress, lexi, lexicology. Sometimes, in some words, not necessarily always the second syllable, the first syllable also takes. In the case of lexicographer, the shape indicates four syllable. The second syllable, O, lexicographer. In the third one, lexicographic, four syllables. And the third syllable, the G, G-R-A-P-H-I, up to that takes the emphasis. Now the question is, how do I know that? As I already asked, I will go to this. Then I will come back to. How many of you have the mobile dictionaries in your smartphone? Hello, come on. Who is that?
Preeti.
Preeti. What do you have, Preeti?
Merriam-Webster.
Okay. Do you also have Oxford Dictionary? Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have Oxford. Why I am saying that? It's a free download. We have so many apps. Why not have some very nice, constructive, beautiful, wonderful weapon on our mobile phone? Merriam is American. Oxford is British. Though we follow British English, it is slowly American English that is creeping in because of the computers, because of the laptops, the softwares. Americans, in certain things, they differ from Britishers when it comes to the spelling, when it comes to pronunciation of certain words. For example, schedule. How do we pronounce?
Schedule.
Schedule. But there is also a pronunciation called schedule. So schedule is American, schedule is British. For Americans, no, like touching the nose. Why do you touch the nose all around? Why don't you touch the nose straight? So when you have no role for that particular alphabet, so why do you waste time? So say schedule. Then DIRECTOR. How do we do?
Director.
Director, and they say director. They say finance, we say finance. They say dilemma, they say dilemma. And when it comes to the spelling, COLOR, RUMOR, when there is no role for you, so why should you have it? So they knock off. So when we have both Merriam and Oxford, so we get to know both the pronunciations. When you refer to an unfamiliar word, don't jump into the meaning of the word. We were wrongly taught. First, look at the pronunciation. Immediately after the word, within italics or within bracket, that pronunciation guidance is given. And immediately after that, there is a mic icon. When you tap it, we get the native speaker's pronunciation, not Indians or either American native speaker or a English native speaker. So that is considered correct, the ideal one. Then after that, you can go for meaning. Then you have the other forms, noun, verb, English, then antonyms, synonyms. So beautifully given there, described. Therefore, the first attempt is, particularly if you are very conscious of vocal variety, it can be enabled or improved or developed by means of stable stress and intonation, for which the good guides are Merriam-Webster and Oxford. There are many more dictionaries. Somehow I find these two to be different and very exhaustive in the case of giving details. So we saw stress is the rhythm of language, whereas intonation is the music of language. So when the rhythm and music gets combined, what is the net result? In film industry?
A beautiful song.
A beautiful song emanates, a lovely song emanates, soothful, soulful. So that is what we are using in vocal variety, the combination of syllable stress and the intonation. We will see some examples of intonation, because intonation is a syllable stress confined to only the word, within the word, whereas intonation spreads to the entire sentence. So by means of attempting some examples.
அதுவும் காலைல 11 மணிக்கு கிளம்பிடுச்சு.
கிளம்பியாச்சா?
இன்னைக்கு வரல, அங்கதான் போதா வந்து நானும் சரி நான் போல பிரியா வச்சு அமுச்சு விடலான்னு பார்த்தேன்.
அப்படியா?
அங்க திருவிழா கோயில்ல நாப்பாளையத்துல இல்ல ஆத்தாண்ட ஒரு கோயில் இருக்கும், நாப்பாளையம் ஆத்தாண்ட ஒரு அம்மன் கோயில் ஒண்ணு இருக்கு. அங்கலம்மா கோயில் எனக்கு
Sorry, sir. Sorry for that. I will just manage him.
Okay. In between, we need some, probably without, we are not having any tea break or coffee break. So this is a conversation break. Okay.
Just some entertainment.
Okay. Let's move on. Yes, now it is a chance for you to practice something. Who can volunteer to read the theoretical part that is on the left?
Myself, sir. Santosh.
Yes, Santosh, read.
We use intonation to signal emotions, questioning, astonishment, and so on. It also promotes better comprehension of the speech and the ability to study the meaning behind the tones.
I think somebody said emotional connectivity with the audience. So this is where intonation is required to signal emotions, our feelings, different kinds of feelings, joy, excitement, sorrow, sadness, sarcasm, motivation, inspiration, astonishment. All these things can be conveyed beautifully or nicely through intonation, and by which I am able to enhance the comprehension standard or comprehension, intensity of comprehension to the audience, and ability to study the meaning behind the tones. So sometimes words clearly spell it, sometimes the tone behind the words convey greater message, a stronger message rather. So there are three signals, which is called rising tone. That means the tone goes up. Falling tone, the tone falls down. Fall and rise, there is a fall, then immediately there is a rise, which we have been using all these, not something new, which we have been all these days in our normal speeches, personal, professional, or social. Now we are going to study it with a little bit of, a proper defined terms. Okay, this is how things are existing. I want three of you to take the three components. Who wants to take rising tone?
Can I take?
Yes, Anirudh. Can you start rising tone? You have to read the sentence wherein you have to bring that rising tone effect.
Okay, sir. What do you mean? Don't you understand? Did I?
Okay, fair enough. Good. I think almost 80%. What do you mean? So when we say, what do you mean? What is understood behind? Anybody can interpret? What do you want to convey?
We want
He's
to know the
against
actual meaning of their conversation.
Yeah, it's nonsense. What does it mean? How can you say that? It's stupidity. So I'm trying to convey some important point which goes against me.
disagreeing.
No.
I think who is the culprit?
Correct kanaka.
No, the culprit causing disturbance. I think we are mature and knowledgeable. We must understand the situation. Right. Don't you understand? What does it convey? Don't you understand?
Little disagreement.
On the other hand, it is so simple. It is not that complex. It is so simple. Can't you understand this simple thing? Right. Did I? What does it convey?
Did I do this thing?
I did not do these things. You are charging me. You are complaining. You are criticizing. I didn't do it. So this is how you express your emotion or feelings in rising tone. Right. Who can take up falling tone? Come on, when you volunteer, in fact, we are all Toastmasters. You must be volunteering. Volunteering is a leadership trait.
I'll do it, sir. Preeti.
Okay, same person, right? Go on, Preeti.
Yes, I mean it. English is fun. Repeat after me.
Okay, a little more you have to give the following sense. Yes, I mean it. Yes, I mean it. That means what I have said is right. English is fun. A simple, ordinary sentence it is, but we are making it with a falling tone. English is fun. So let us learn it. Repeat after me. Repeat after me, which means it is important. Therefore, all of you should learn it. Therefore, you need to repeat after me. Subha, can you take a fall and rise?
Yes, sir. John, watch out. Hey, be careful. Are you sure?
Okay, fair enough. John, watch out. So what does it indicate? John, watch out.
Alerting.
I think
Cautioning.
some reptile is moving.
Please watch.
Something dangerous. Okay, that indicates caution. Hey, be careful.
Alerting.
You are carrying something. You should not drop it. You have to go very carefully. Are you sure? Are you sure? I don't think I heard of it. I don't think that fellow would do that. Are you sure? So these are some of the illustrations that help us understand the three different tones which are using. Probably when you use the examples, you get to know, okay, this is how a rising tone has to be used. This is how I have to mix my falling tone in my speech. And this is how I can have a balance of fall and rise. I have some more examples so that some more participants can try it. It's all very simple and easy one. Each one can take one example. Who wants to try the first one, the first red one? Or should I pull people?
I myself try, sir. Santosh.
Okay, Santosh.
Can I read out the first statement?
Hey, you have to read. I think both are interdependent. I mean, it's an answer. B is an answer to A. So you have to read A with tonal variation and also follow it in B.
Sure, sir. Which is more important, intelligence or effort? B. Both. You need intelligence and effort.
Which is more important, intelligence or effort? Both. You need intelligence and effort. Saravanan, second one.
Where is can you tell in which category it comes, sir?
Which one?
Which is more important, intelligence or effort?
Okay, and now let me use the tone. Can you find out which is more important? Intelligence or effort? Which is more important? Rising tone? Rising tone? Intelligence or effort? Fall and rise?
You have put for raise, fall and rise, or both you have used, I feel.
No. Up to which is more important is rising tone.
In tone.
Okay. Intelligence or effort?
Fall and rise.
Fall and rise. Right. Yes, Saravanan.
Do you want pie or cake? Neither. I don't like pie or cake.
Do you want pie or cake? Neither. I don't like pie or cake. Right.
Do you want pie or cake?
Yeah. Do you want pie or cake? So that brings in the difference in the tone. Otherwise, I can also speak. Do you want pie or cake? That is also a tone. Do you want pie or cake? Right. Anirudh? 3.
Yes, sir. Yes. Are you getting married for love or money? What do you think? Love and money.
Okay, here in the second answer, there is a bit of sarcasm. Are you getting married for love or money? That fellow gets irritated. What do you think? Love or money? Okay. So that kind of inbuilt tone it has is a bit of sarcasm. Where sarcasm can be brought in by both rising tone as well as falling tone. Arumugam, would you like to try number 4?
Sure, sir. Are you going to travel by plane or train? Neither. I don't like planes or trains.
Are you going to travel by plane or train? Neither. I don't like planes or trains. So these are examples to suggest or indicate the 3 tones which we have seen. Okay, I have some more. Anybody who are interested? Preeti?
Can Deepak do one?
Deepak has joined?
Yes.
Yes,
Deepak
sir,
of,
I'm here.
Deepak of Chidambaram. Yes. Take the blue one.
The train has already left. It has.
No. See what happens here. You are aspiring to show the intention, but there is a little false tone.
Okay.
Okay. See, what is it? You are going to the station. You want to catch the train, and you don't see. And then you are inquiring. The fellow says, the train has already left. The train has already left because he is also partaking. This fellow, running, gasping, is not called the train. The train has already left. Then he should, it has. Ayo poidcha. That ayo poidcha we bring in like it has.
Then it has come. Then it's coming at a fallen race, right?
A fallen race. So you don't need to increase your tone. Let it be natural at the same time bring out the feeling. The train has already left. It has. We respond.
Okay.
Right. Any new face? What about Sriram? Sriram, why do you keep silent?
Yeah.
The red one.
You should have answered it right away. I did answer.
You should have answered right away. I did answer. You should have answered right away. I did answer. Right. Sriram's friend, Ravi.
I'm not able to see the script. What is it?
You're not able to see the slide?
Yeah, no, I'm not able to see the slide.
Okay. Rob,
okay, I got it. Okay, you should have answered it right. I would like, this is very interesting. You want me to talk about this? I would like a higher salary.
Yes.
Yeah, I always want to. So, I would like a higher salary. Perhaps you would, but it isn't possible.
Okay. So the employee is asking boss a rise in the salary, but the boss is sarcastic. I would like a higher salary. Perhaps you would, but it isn't possible. Okay, there's an inbuilt element of sarcasm in there. You are not that efficient to ask for a salary. That is what these are all indicated. They all come behind or lie behind. I would like higher salary. Perhaps you would, but it isn't possible. All right. So that concludes our trials. So this I have shown. Right. So what other factor helps us, particularly in tonal variation? The breath is very important. For a change, Preeti, can you read the theoretical part?
Yes,
Yeah. Oral gymnastics.
Oral gymnastics. This is an effective way to bend and twist our tongue and vary our stomal position to adapt to learning the sound sequence.
Stoma means mouth. So the tongue only moves. That is what meant by the stoma, the mouth movement. Yeah.
We must practice in moving, bending, and working in patterns with which we are not normally accustomed to. We have to utter aloud a sufficient quantity of specially selected word groups a sufficient number of times. These word groups must be able to exert and exercise all the speech organs in the new way.
Exert, E-X-E-R-T, exert.
This sort of training is called oral gymnastics. This has to be practiced every day morning.
Particularly, people who tend to say, my voice is poor, I cannot speak loudly. For such people, it is very, very useful. Those who have already endowed with a good voice, their voice becomes better. There is an adjective called in English stentorian voice. I don't know how many of you listen to Vairamuthu's speech, Vairamuthu or Vaiko. You can feel the difference in the voice. So if you can afford to practice, a few times in a day, preferably with on empty stomach. Yes. We do exercise. We go to gymnasium, do exercise, physical exercise. These are all hard muscles. So when we do exercise, the external muscles, hard muscles expand. After some time, they become strong, sturdy. Similarly, this is vocal box, our neck portion here, voice box, the vocal muscles. When we expose the vocal muscles to a certain pattern of training, the vocal muscles also expand. Then the voice projects. It has been scientifically designed by a British stage artist by name Cicely Berry. Those days, they didn't have the technology, the mic facility. So they have to speak their dialogues sufficiently loudly that it reaches the last member of the audience. So this lady, finding that people having difficulty, she designed or devised this mechanism. I will show that mechanism. If you closely observe, there are 7 columns. You have double O, that is O sound. OH is O sound. AW, OW, A, I, E. This word group or letter group is nothing but a combination of vowel. It is not vowel, 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 and consonant letter like T, D, N, B, P, M, G, F, V, S, Z, and TH. So all the things, same thing you find in all the columns. So vowel letters, vowel combined with a consonant. So if I can, and one run, the entire 6 column takes 1 minute and 15 seconds to say it, controllably, slowly and steadily. I can demonstrate 1 column, so that can help you understand how it goes about. I need to sit erect. Like, when I do exercise, I'm sitting or standing erect to do the exercise. Same principle. I'm sitting erect. My body is erect. Now I am saying it. Woot, wood, woon, woob, whoop, woom, woog, woof, woo, woos, woos, woot. See, in Tamil language, we have 3 letters. That is very unique and is blessed. The language is blessed. It is called la, la, la. If you say la, it comes from the front. La. La, you have to bend your tongue. You can subtly feel a little stress on the nerve, the bone, the nerve you have underneath. And when you say la, you have to bend your tongue. It goes inside. And that is how, Tamil-speaking people can easily take a pronunciation of any language, not necessarily English, any language, because of the tongue movement, the bending movement. La, la, la. The same way, when we utter these 6 different column of sounds, the tongue bends. When the tongue bends and the vocal muscles expand, the voice projects. Then there can be clarity in pronunciation, which is called articulation. Particularly, it's not a complaint. No, in North India, when I was in Gujarat for my Kedila training, N-A-T-I-O-N. Normally, how do we pronounce?
Nation.
Nation. But I have seen majority of them, they say nation. They cannot. And J-A-P-A-N, they tend to say Japan. A-M-P-O-U-L-E, ampule, we say, but I have seen them saying ampule. Somehow the tongue does not bend, or the voice, the vocal muscles perhaps do not expand. So there is I mean, when I talk about English language, parallel to the native speaker's pronunciation. So if you can afford to do this exercise, the tongue bending, twisting take place and the vocal muscles expand. And when you apply this in your regular speeches, gradually your voice improves. When they have a nice voice, then you can bring in syllable stress and intonation more effectively as compared to others.
Sir, can you please give a demo of the fifth column?
Which one? I column?
Yeah.
Right. Or can you try? Why not you try? I will do it. Why don't you try? For a change?
I'll try, sir. Wait.
Yeah. It is
I
normally when you travel by train, you always travel in Rajdhani Express, Preeti?
Sorry, sir. I haven't traveled in train so far.
Okay. Enjoy saying it slowly and steadily. Eat it. Eat to your satisfaction. Okay. Okay. Let me do it. I'd, ein, I, I'm, I, ice, I. Okay. Right.
So the third column actually, can you?
Okay, you do it. I'll follow you.
Okay. Out, out, aug, aug, auf, aus, out.
Right. Out, 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 out. The second one is O sound. Ot, word. The fourth one is A sound. Art, ard. The last column is eat, eat. It's very simple. It's not that difficult as you think. Okay. That is why that indication you have in the red color. O, U, O, Au, A, I, E. With that, the consonants are attached. That's all. Right. It doesn't stop here. You will get more chances because we have to attempt this in various contexts. Okay, the first context. Okay, for a change, before I do it, only the first passage, that is a red color passage, anybody can attempt. It's a talk I have given in my MILT competition contest. So it has a lot of scope for tonal variation. That is why I brought it as a sample talk. Before I feed you, anybody can read the first passage alone.
Can I? Okay,
yeah,
Karthik Shivakumar. Okay.
Yes, Karthik. Yeah, for a change, let Karthik do it.
On a Friday forenoon of May month, I was waiting for my bus to reach the company for my first job interview. By then, a bus arrived. Two ladies alighted from the bus. The younger lady appeared to be in the final stage of pregnancy. The other lady looked her mother.
The other lady looked like her mother. Sorry, I think there is a spelling error. Other lady looked like her mother. Give me a few seconds. I will just add the charger here. All right. It will run for close to 2 minutes. I want you to consciously look in for the tonal variation which I make. then you can react to that, respond to that. What kind of tone I have used. All right, here I go. On a Friday forenoon of May month, I was waiting for my bus to reach the company for my first job interview. By then, a bus arrived. Two ladies alighted from the bus. The younger lady appeared to be in the final stage of pregnancy. The other lady looked like her mother. No sooner were they seated on the cement bench than the pregnant woman fainted. Many persons standing over there rushed to them to know why she had fainted. The mother said they just returned from the hospital. Perhaps because of the heat, she would have fainted. Why should you suffer in the scorching sun? Why don't you take an auto and get back home quickly? The mother replied, saying they were too poor to afford the luxury of an auto. They would get back home once she became normal. Everyone was only suggesting and none came forward to financially help them. I had 30 rupees with me, and as I was contemplating to offer that money to those two ladies, what then took place was like a thunderbolt to me. I was simply flabbergasted by that incident. A street artist who was drawing the image of Lord Jesus on the platform collected all the coins thrown over there, called an auto driver, handed the money to him with instruction to drop those two ladies at home. He appeared like God to me. I simply felt wow before the street artist. As a token of gratitude, I dropped the 30 rupees on the image and walked back home to collect money. Can I have some responses? First of all, did I use tonal variation or not?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. What are the different kinds of variations you could smell or you could sense?
All.
Huh?
Yeah, you were talking normally, and then you said what then took place was like a thunderbolt to me. That thought was a bit assertive, it seems.
Racing tone.
That was alarming, in fact, because after all, well, everybody, earns well. His earning could be 20, 30 rupees a day, but he had that mind, he had that heart. All right. So unless you experience yourself, you cannot appreciate much. Therefore, I have brought some context, simple ones. Each one can try. The first context is an angry occasion. Who wants to try?
Me.
Yeah. You have to bring in the tone of anger.
Is this kindness? Do you call it kindness?
Huh. Go on.
You have
The entire thing.
treated a stray dog the way you have treated me.
Okay. Is this kindness? Do you call it kindness? I would not treat a stray dog the way you have treated me. Right. This is angry context. Next is motivating occasion. The first is the basis. Second, green one is the motivating words. Who can try it?
I'll try. I am Kapil right now, okay?
Okay, right.
Team, I know this is not a winning score, but it is a defending score. Let us go and deliver the best.
Only thing, because you are too conscious that you maintain a top pitch, high pitch, the entire thing. Okay, so that makes a little, maybe not fully what it has to bring out. Kapil said, team, I know this is not a winning score, but it is a defending score. Let's go and deliver our best.
But it is a motivating occasion, no, sir.
Yeah, it had happened in 1983. They were routed out to 183. and mighty West Indies.
140 all out.
As,
140 or 150. I don't know.
as they were coming out, no, they have that group meeting. And this is what exactly Kapil said. I know this is not a winning score, but it is a defending score. That statement made the change in their mindset. They say, no, the fortune favors the brave. Similarly, the fortune favored Indians because they went so determined, so persevering, and it really happened in the, particularly the catch which Kapil Dev took. That was a record catch, running backwards for a long distance and taking the catch. Right, I have empathic. In fact, I have taken from morning. I thought Babu could be present here. Preeti, can you try this? Read the first. Read the basis, the red one. Then you have the scope for tonal variation, the green.
Okay, so human feelings are fragile. Reaching home, I realized that I was too violent to wound Marlo's sentiments. I should have been empathetic, I felt. Next morning, I met Marlo and apologized to him. See, Marlo, it is all about the biological needs of human beings. Poor Prabhu could not express his predicament. I believe you can understand his plight.
I think morning you were there. Did you listen to this?
No, sir, I didn't listen to the speech, this alone.
The first speech. Next morning, I met Marlo and apologized to him. See, Marlo, it's all about the biological needs of human beings. Poor Prabhu could not express his predicament. I believe you can understand his plight. So this is an empathetic tone. Next, I have exciting occasion. Who wants to take up?
Me?
Who is that? Anirudh, yes.
Okay, so the cosmic principle is that what goes around comes around. Thus, the giver is the receiver. Ladies and gentlemen, give what possess and receive what you desire.
Okay, give what you possess. I think I should have proofread. Sorry. Give what you possess. Deepak, are you present?
Yes, sir, he is available, but I think he joined through his mobile.
Oh, this I have taken from Deepak's speech. The cosmic principle is that, in fact, he was concluding his speech last week or a week before last week. These are the sentences he used. The cosmic principle is that what goes around comes around. Thus, the giver is the receiver. Now the concluding sentence. Ladies and gentlemen, give what you possess and receive what you desire. Back to the Toastmaster of the day. Right. I have one more. Grievous occasion. Some new face.
I can try, sir. Gayatri here.
Hello, Gayatri. Why have you been so silent? Yeah, go on.
Okay. Why Allah is punishing me, Anna? Why Allah is punishing me? Your friend is dying here, Anna. Please come. Please help me, Anna.
Grief. You have to convey sadness. Okay, all right. You're all learning process. You're all trying. Anybody else? Before I speak out.
Myself, sir.
Okay.
Why Allah is punishing me, Anna? Why Allah is punishing me? Your friend is dying here, Anna. Please come. Please help me, Anna.
Okay, this is a context. Anybody? This is a context where the high pitch and low pitch can be used.
I'll try it, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Why Allah is punishing me, Anna? Why Allah is punishing me? Your friend is dying here, Anna. Please come. Please help me, Anna.
Why Allah is punishing me, Anna? Why Allah is punishing me?
Yes.
Your friend is dying here, Anna. Please come. Please help me, Anna. In the first red color, the high pitch takes place. The second one, low pitch. In fact, this is a very context of seriousness about death. So we cannot say why Allah is, otherwise it becomes a little jovial and funny. Maybe for sarcasm we can try that. So when it comes to such serious situations, in fact, serious situations provide a tremendous scope for us to exploit tonal variation or vocal variety. Angry situations, exciting situations, or these are all tremendous, having tremendous prospects or scope for using vocal variety. Yes, sarcastic occasion. Sriram?
Yeah. What kind of dress is it, Rohit? The dress looks extremely cheap.
Expensively cheap.
Oh, sorry, expensively cheap. I know not how you guys wear it.
In fact, the term expensively cheap is opposite.
Yes. Yeah.
But that is to bring no height of sarcasm. Bloody fellow, you bought an expensive dress, but it looks very cheap. That is the idea behind. What kind of dress is it, Rohit? The dress looks expensively cheap. I know not how you guys wear it. Little bit of laughter along with that sense, sarcastic sense. Tamil சொன்னீங்கன்னா இந்த மாதிரிலாம் போட்டு வரீங்க அப்படின்றப்ப. Right, we have come to the concluding parts. Benefits in large, it is not only for Toastmaster speeches, enhancement of your communication skill itself. As a person, how you can improve from a good communicator to a great communicator. Beautification, a speech can be beautified. Our dress makes a difference to our physical body. So word choice, a sentence structure plus tonal variation can beautify and magnify our speeches. Winning audience attention, eventually that is what very important, because they have to listen. We have to make them listen. Then only our ideas can reach them and reach far and wide. So induces listening, promotion of greater understanding, receiving the desired response. Pleasant and productive presentation, particularly when you are using PowerPoint slides and make a presentation. Voice modulation can play a very vital role. Ability to inspire and motivate. Ability to persuade and eventually provoking action. What I want from my audience or listeners to take up, to implement, to execute. Yes, that can be effectively succeeded. Thank you so much for your presence, rapt attention, and productive participation. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Patt.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, sir.
Welcome, great.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, sir.
Great, sir.
That was a wonderful
Thank you all.
session.
Welcome. I think 15 attendees.
Yes, sir.
16
So
minus.
many of them have so many questions while regarding the filling those Google forms. If anyone want to ask those questions, you can directly ask now to the sir.
Yes. You know. I think
so Karthikeya, so regarding when you are negotiating commercial terms with the other party, so in that case, the tonality, how it should be, sir?
See, negotiation is a little tricky process. Scientifically speaking, we have 5 structured mechanisms. One is called competing, another is called accommodating, another is compromising, another is avoiding. In avoiding, there is no tonal variation, because once you avoid discussion, there is no question of. Another is called collaborating. If you are competing, if you are on a higher level and you are negotiating, then your voice and pitch will be higher. If you are compromising, in compromising, both the parties wins, both the parties lose. So there will be not much role for tonal variation. So much so in accommodating, But when it comes to collaborating, collaboration is called win-win result, win-win attitude and win-win consequence. So that is where you can also use tonal variation. But only thing, you have to understand the negotiator across the table, the other person's attitude and approach. First of all, is tonal variation required or not? Okay, he's a well-educated person who can understand the emotions, the feelings, the meanings behind my tonal variation, then you can use it. For which you need to be a good listener. Probably if you can give me a context where some conversation has taken place, I can probably apply this principle, or otherwise I have to fabricate.
So for example, okay, I just would like to ask in suppose our total variation for a disagreement in terms of any commercial terms. Say example, he is asking for 7% of interest, and whereas we can give only 3%. It's a sort of disagreement. In that case, how we have, say, for instance, we being a client, we can take it. So in that case, how we can use the tonal variation for a disagreement and make them to convince.
Okay, so he is asking for 7%, but you are ready for 3%, or
yes,
3 or 4%. Okay, so no question of sarcasm. Come on, what is this market today? How do you think? How can you expect 7%? It will damage his ego. So you cannot use sarcasm. But you have to use the practicability. Then talk about the market situation and how they are they on the rising phase or a lowering phase? Okay. XYZ, you can now understand the current market situation. It is in a declining phase. And further, if it is in the midst of, say, pandemic attack, you can take the strength from pandemic attack situation, or if it is a normal life, and you know that the market has been declining, and we are not able to generate that amount of profit which we used to do. Though you are asking for 7%, as of now in this situation, probably we can go up to 3 or 4, one figure, keep 4%. Anything more than that, it may not be possible. If there is a possibility for you to come out of that, come away from that particular client, if there is a scope, if there is a possibility, then this can probably we will have to look in for the other players in the market. So you need to be a little dicey and tricky, at the same time not to hurt his ego, at the same time make him participate in your conversation. So don't go in for too much of eye-rising intonation all that. Mr. XYZ, I'm sure that you are knowledgeable enough to understand the current market conditions. So it's been declining. If you look back for the last 6 months, it has been declining, and we haven't performed to the potential what we did earlier. And we were not able to generate the kind of profit which you used to make. In this little bit of your gestural communication also complement your tonal variation. Am I with you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Got your point.
Anybody?
Any other persons want to ask?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Like you said, the one exercise for the tonal variation, is there any exercise to improve our vocabulary?
Yeah.
Like
So,
something which we need to practice.
So I thought I could reserve it to a separate educational program on vocabulary.
Okay, for now you can make it
No.
short.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. I'll condense it. Tell you. Not that. Nothing. What is there in it? Saraswati is always with us. How do you? Okay. Before I feed you, how do you build your vocabularies? How do you approach?
I read books, listen to some speeches, and collect some words that they use.
Anything recently you did?
While you evaluate, I note down the words you use, like amplify, nullify, and that some words from you. And I
that
practiced it during my evaluations as well, and I got complimented for that from
I
you.
have seen. Even some other evaluator today use the word amplify. Right. You have got the word amplify. Did you refer to the dictionary?
No, sir.
Why?
Because I know the meaning of it, and so I didn't refer it.
How do you say that you know everything?
Not know everything, but for that, I know a little bit what is amplify, and that's all. I didn't refer anything more.
Don't get upset when I confront you.
Okay, sir.
Okay. My intention is not to confront you. My intention is to remove the misperceptions, a wrong perception.
Okay.
We have, see, after all, English is a foreign language. We are not born with English. Even the English fellows, they appreciate Indians because they speak better English. When my mother was in, eldest brother was in the United States, they used to appreciate his English because his approach towards word building, vocabulary building, or English is different. Okay, first you must know even if you know the little bit of meaning, you must refer to the word. That is why I'm recommending Merriam, and it takes just 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. That's all, not much of time. Amplify. Okay, amplify is what part of speech? Any idea? Right, amplify is verb. In English language, 8 parts of speech. The first 4 parts, they are called content words. Noun, verb, adjective, adverb. The second 4, pronoun, preposition, conjunction, interjunction, they are called structure words. When they combine together, there is a building race. There is a language spoken. The first 4 words, content words, they undergo derivation. Okay, what is derivation? There is a word called admire, verb, admiration, noun, admirable, adjective, admirably, adverb. In certain words, you may not get adverb, don't bother. At least 3 forms you will get, majority of words. If you are learning a word like admire, if you stop with admire, you are doing exercise only for your right hand. You got it, Preeti?
Yes, sir.
If I learn admiration, I am exercising my left hand. If I am also learning admirably, I have exercised both the feet, both the legs. Then the entire body has undergone exercise. Then you have learned the word completely, fully. Amplify. Okay. My regular constant association with Toastmasters amplifies my knowledge, which is verb. Okay. When I attend Toastmasters meetings or Toastmasters like meetings, there is an amplification of knowledge or information I get regularly, which means I have learned the noun form. It doesn't have no amplifiable, not used. So you have learned 2 words, amplify, amplification. This is what the vocabulary skill is. After getting to know the pronunciation and the correct pronunciation from the native speaker, go into either Merriam-Webster or Oxford, you will have that. They give you the examples as a noun, as a verb, as an adjective. Read it, understand it, construct a sentence on your own, put it in your system, let it be a record, permanent record. Then your approach is almost close to an approach of completion. Otherwise, Tamil nunipul meiradunva. Just getting the word and trying to know something and start using. If you're conscious, it's not that everybody has to do, but as a speaker, as a Toastmaster, as a speaker, I want to grow in my career because English is going to travel with me till my death. I cannot live without English. Therefore, if I can keep expanding my use of English knowledge in terms of words and sentence structure, then I have to do something different, additional, not different, additional. And which is not big time consuming. In fact, the time investment is a great investment. Personally, Toastmasters, other fora, your job, your career growth, your presence in the society. I believe you got it.
Yes, sir. And this was a question I thought of asking you for a long time, and today I got the opportunity. Thank you so much.
It's good that you didn't prolong it till Diwali.
No, sir.
Okay. So go this way and
Okay.
record it. But one thing, because you're all beginners, one possibility is that, one mistake is that whether the sentences you have constructed is correct or not. That has to be examined. Even sometimes, I also take the help of my brother, who is far more knowledgeable than I. So if you can have some person, otherwise you can even take my help. Once you have done it for, I think Suhasini used to do that earlier. 4 sentences in 4 different forms, noun, verb, adjective, adverb. Send it to me. I can even correct it and send back to you.
Thank you, sir.
So 1 word into 4 words, 1 a day. In 30 days, or even at least 20 days, you work on that. You will get 80 words.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. Great.
I want to also resonate the same, sir. I also learn your vocabulary knowledge. Try to get so many words from you and put it into the use in daily life.
But no, if you want to expand it, this is the best mechanism available. Self-help mechanism with a guru called a dictionary. You can self-help yourself.
Yes, sir.
Go that way. That is more scientific and more comprehensive, more complete, rather than just looking at the meaning and using it somewhere. This is what I was taught by my teacher, and I find a lot of merits in that, advantage in that. And I started receiving, not only in Toastmasters Fora, in other fora. So I'm more known as a vocabulary person, English person.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
So that gives further motivation, the stimulus, and it's been very helpful for me in my training and the marketing which I had, marketing management.
Sure, sir. So in today's session, the basic things I can able to know. I think all the members can able to resonate to this.
Okay. By the way, don't get upset. I think many of you are using I can be able to. That is wrong English. Even a lot of educated people use it. Either you say I am able to or I can. Can is equal to be able to. Can means to be able to.
Yes,
you cannot say I can be able, which means I am able to. So I can learn or I am able to learn. Yeah, go on. You were about to ask something.
Yes, sir. I was just excited with the session. We were started from the basic things. I didn't know anything from this. I think all the members are related to this only through this session. That's what I am coming to say.
Can I ask a bit of feedback from few of you? Gayatri Ashwin is my mentee. Don't say just because I am mentor. How do you find it? Useful?
Yes, sir, very much. I would like to give a very true feedback that, the moment I saw that, you're conducting a session, my daughter was more excited to attend it rather than me. And that is the reason why I was silent for some time, because it was my daughter who was attending. And she very well knows about you because she's also part of the Gavel Club, part of Toastmasters.
Oh, I see. Achha. Which class is she studying?
She is in 6th standard.
Okay. Good,
Maybe
good.
I'll just, you would have already seen her, but she was more interested to attend, so she did not give me a chance.
Good. I think a very impressionable young age. Probably if she gets introduced, she will become so great. So great. Okay. Yes, Deepak.
I'm planning to get her into the club as a guest, maybe after 2 weeks or so.
Good. Like how Kavita brings her daughter.
Yeah.
Good. Aravind Kannan is our member?
No, sir. He is my brother, my father's friend's son. I suggested him to attend the session, but he came around 6:15 only.
Okay, all right. We started that 6:15 or 6:30?
We
6:15?
started at 5 to 5:30.
5:30.
Half an
5:30.
hour late.
Okay. All right. Sugasini?
Good evening, sir. As usual, it was a lot of takeaway from this session, sir, from me.
Okay, great.
Can I, sir?
Yes, Subha, obviously, you are also my mentee.
It was a very good session, sir. Interactive. So long, I used to tell that voice modulation, voice modulation. This is one of the sessions which I was, eagerly want to know certain things, because I don't know how to use it in speeches whenever I deliver. So,
Now that you get no, not that it's not that you are using, only thing a little bit of a little more natural.
Yeah.
If it happens, then people can really enjoy.
yes. Especially for storytelling, it will be very useful.
Yes. Good.
And I just want to know about Cicely's Berry's warm-up and drill exercise.
Ah.
Is it available in the net, sir?
It should be available. It should be available. But have you taken a snapshot?
No, sir, I couldn't take it.
I will share it. I think those who are not taken a that's enough. Camera phone, if you take it. I will magnify it.
This PPT itself, you can share it now, sir.
You want the PPT?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I can send.
You can share it.
I can send it, but for the time being, if you want, you can take a shoot. I'll send you. I'll send you this.
I have taken, sir.
Okay, all right. What happened, Deepak? You are not able to use your audio?
Deepak is not there.
No, he's there. Deepak Subramaniam. I think some issue for him, connectivity issue. I think he joined, he went out, then again he logged in again. Some problem.
He is busy the whole day. Today morning also he didn't attend the meeting. He said he will.
Yeah, because of Independence Day.
Yeah.
All right. So anything else before we call it a day and bid adieu? Any other?
It was a nice session.
Okay, thank you. It's my privilege.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you for wonderful.
Sir, it was
wonderful
a nice session.
Ah,
I did not even.
I told your mother once, no, you look exactly like a resemble. Correct?
Yes.
Same smile, the same cheeky face. Yeah, tell me, you wanted to say, what's your name?
Sananda.
Ah, Sananda, yes. In fact, I am your mentor for your mother. I remember that name in the speech.
Yes. So I liked your session. I would like that if you were my mentor, rather than being my mom's mentor.
Can you pay 1,000 rupees for a month?
I'm already attending Gavelius Club, so I can't.
Don't worry, I am your mentor. Make use of me. Take things from me. Bring with, don't bring with a spoon. Bring with a big anda. You can carry a lot of information, a lot of tips, a lot of clues, cues, techniques. I say tips, tools, and techniques you can carry from me.
Anda full of knowledge she can carry.
Good, great. All the best. Sananda, how do you spell your name?
SANANDA.
Okay.